climbing. It reminded me, I don't remember if it was last year or 2 years ago. Remember when the Giants on a Sunday night went to Denver? They had all of those injuries, and everybody and their brother was betting Denver like there was no tomorrow. And the Giants not only go in there and cover, win the game. Same thing here, but fortunately for the Rams, as you said, they get a break next week. They can still get it. They haven't been the same team to me since I think the psychological effect of the beatdown they got in Chicago defensively when they went up against a good defense that shut down their offense, that really has them, I think, their confidence shaken.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We've got a Joe's Angle of the Day. It's a good one, and it applies to 2 NFL games coming up this week. We'll get to tonight's MJ Christensen 4 at 4, and, of course, Golden Knights talk, plus the marquee matchup between the Saints and the Panthers, all still to come.
The Las Vegas Sportsline.
Guys, look, as we get older, most of us will have problems with our male performance. Maybe it's occasional, maybe it's all the time. This causes stress in our relationships. You may have tried pills or supplements. If they didn't work well, you may feel that you'll never have a healthy love life again. Well, now there are medical providers that focus on men's sexual health. Universal Men's Clinic helps men suffering from erectile dysfunction.
I'm Dr. Charles Arakaki. Universal Men's Clinic specializes in using modern medicine and a sophisticated monitoring system to help men suffering from ED or low testosterone. The professional staff is specially trained, discreet, and confidential. They are dedicated to helping you find the right medication for your sexual health needs and have helped men with sexual function issues, even those who have not been able to perform in years.
Call Universal Men's Clinic at 702-430-6994. That's 702-430-6994. Or visit universalmensclinic.com.
Vegas Golden Knights are set the NHL world and Vegas on fire. See them January 10th against San Jose from the Flight Deck, presented by Allegiant. The Flight Deck is where all the off-the-ice excitement happens, from the Knights Castle to the Night Line. Tickets to the Flight Deck include a general admission standing room only ticket. All you can eat, food, beer, and wine. Tickets are $150 per game. Save up to 20% off single game pricing. Go to lvsportsnetwork.com and use the promo code RADIO. Resale and transfer are restricted on these Flight Deck sales. Tickets will be delivered via flash seats 48 hours before the game.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by NHTSA.
I'm Dave Cook with Cliff Miller from MJ Christensen Diamonds. This is my favorite one to talk about, diamonds from outer space.
Oh, moissanite. And it is popular with a certain sect. You know, a lot of ladies, if it's not a diamond, it's not going to happen. So from space or wherever it's from, no moissanite for them. But it is a greatly, highly dispersive stone that can be enjoyed.
MJ Christensen, something for everyone this holiday season. Located at Boca Park.
Message and data rates may apply.
Mission Control, I have a hair loss emergency.
How severe is your hair loss?
My hair is falling out. Repeat, my hair is falling out. Roger, I've got visual and confirmed bald spot, thinning hair, and a receding hairline.
Get to a safe place and text Bosley immediately.
Gentlemen, if you're losing your hair, Bosley can rebuild your hairline. We have the technology to give you your real hair back permanently. Get an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card by texting KEY to 85850. We have the capability to show you for free a future without hair loss. We're America's #1 hair restoration expert, and our permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Bosley can rebuild natural-looking hair that's better than ever. Rebuild your confidence. Rebuild the man. Get your free information kit and free gift card for $250 off by texting KEY to 85850. That's KEY to 85850.
And now, an ad from Mom.
Save money on your car insurance by bundling home and auto with Progressive. Hey, is it always this cold in here? It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me a bit. It just kind of curious because if it's the equipment or something, that's fine. It's just, woo, it's kind of chilly.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
This Christmas, the Salvation Army is fighting to ensure that every child in our community is warm, safe, and well-nourished. For $30, you could feed a family of 4 for a week. For $150, you could feed a meal to 150 children in need. The Salvation Army provides over 9 million nights of shelter to people in need in the U.S. Help the Salvation Army fight for those in need all over our community this holiday season by donating at salvationarmy.listenandgive.org.
All my friends need a little money.
Hi, this is Adriana. I've worked at Dollar Loan Center on East Charleston and Fremont in Las Vegas for over 4 years. Happy holidays. We really do a lot of advertising at DLC, and the staff loves it because it keeps the phones ringing and new people walking through the door every day. But what a lot of people don't know is that most of our customers come to us from referrals from our current clients.
And it must be rewarding to know that your customers are referred to you by their friends.
It sure is, Craig. It's so cool when someone comes in for a loan and tells us a current customer of ours sent them in. It's like a new addition to the family.
And you hook up the customers who gave you the referral, right?
Absolutely. We pay a nice little bonus to them for sending someone our way. $30, $40, even $50.
Thanks, Adriana.
Get a little cash, get a little cash, down at the deal.
Licensed by Nevada Financial Institutions Division. Customer must meet the normal loan qualifications. To review loan qualifications, visit us at don'tbebroke.com. Certain limitations may apply. Loans are subject to approval.
Hey, Dave Koken with John Lyons from Lyons Physical Therapy. John, what type of injuries do you treat at LPT?
Dave, we treat a whole gamut of injuries, primarily orthopedic injuries, anything from neck pain, back pain, post-surgical rehabilitation. We also specialize in treating victims after any car accidents or slip and fall type injuries.
Hockey fans, win 2 tickets to a Vegas Golden Knights game and a Best Buds house party for up to 10 with catered food, cooler full of Bud Light, and more. Get to Green Valley Grocery for the text code to win, and while you're there, pick up an 18-pack of Bud Light for just $14.99.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
Still time to get that special somebody that you want to impress or somebody you really like a great Christmas gift, and that is a gift card from Joe's. Call the reservation number, which you can use for reservations and also to get the gift cards at 702-792-9222. Somebody will be really happy you thought of them with a Joe's gift card. We've got an NFL angle. It's a generic angle. Doesn't show up that often, and yet it shows up twice this weekend, Marco. So tell us about that.
Yep, the NFL angle from Ralph is, since 2006, home favorites off a shutout are 21-12-2 against the spread. That's 63.6.
Not bad.
And home favorites of 6 or more off a shutout, 14-3-1, 82.4%. 2 teams this week, Tennessee and Indianapolis, same division, same type of teams.
So that would be
fighting for the playoffs. Play on Indianapolis.
Play on the Trent Titans and the Colts.
You got it.
Chuck Esposito's here. Marco D'Angelo. I'm Dave Koken. What's shaking this week? We've got Golden Knights action tonight. We've got lots of good stuff. Big bowl games starting to approach, and NFL this weekend. I mean, this Sunset Station, one of the best spots around town to be for all the action.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I think you've got 9 bowl games between now and Christmas. Early on so far, last year you had a lot of underdogs that covered. This year you'd say it's 5-1 where it's favorites. Great handle on this past weekend's games, especially the Las Vegas Bowl. You had 2 good coaches in Herm Edwards and Jeff Tedford. So a lot of action on that game. Great for us. You've got Saturday football NFL. You've got the afternoon game and the night game, which is a really good game between the Chargers and Ravens and the Knights. Knights are playing well right now. Not a good game for them against the Devils the other day when they had on Friday night when they had a 3-0 lead and let that one get away, where they actually scored for the other team a couple of times. But they're starting to get a little bit healthy. The loss of course, Holla definitely hurts, but you've got Stastny back in the lineup now. I think they'll start playing well now that they're getting a little bit healthier. I think Subban's not, or Fleury's not between the pipes tonight. It's Subban. I think it's the right thing to do. I think you've got to get Fleury some rest. He's been playing so much. He started more games than than any other goaltender in the league. But hopefully now they're starting to turn the corner a little bit. Still a very tough Western Conference, and they sit kind of in the middle of the pack right now around that jockeying of that 6, 7, 8 position.
And let's get into them now as we head into our MJ Christensen 4 at 4.
1, 2, 3 into the 4.
Put them fours up. Put the fours up, I said. Do it right now.
Tonight's action is just around the bend, and the guys want to get your night off to a great start.
4.
It's the Las Vegas Sportsline's 4 at 4.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. Unbelievable.
I'm going to have some more specials to tell you about tomorrow as far as MJ Christensen is concerned. Meanwhile, get over to the store at Boca Park and check out for yourself all the great savings that are available on designer jewels, or designer jewelry, I should say, at MJ Christensen. Let's go to the Golden Knights and Blue Jackets, and for once, looks like the money is showing on the Blue Jackets, and I think we know the reason why, Chuck.
I think we do. It's Subban was able to step up last year, and he played really well. Hasn't been the case so far this year, and I think that's why you're seeing a little bit more action on the Blue Jackets. Although you look at the way the Knights are playing as a team, and especially defensively since Nate Schmidt came back, I think that'll help Subban a lot. I think he's got a lot to prove from a confidence standpoint, and the season doesn't really turn in the NHL until after the calendar turns. That's when you start seeing teams playing a little bit different style, a little bit different checking, a lot more closer games because you're playing a lot more conference games, and those points become vital now because it's a 4-point swing if you get the win. So I think it's important that he steps up and starts to really become that backup goalie who can play more than once every 10 days.
And the truth of the matter is it's kind of a throwaway game for the Golden Knights. If they get 2 here, it's gravy. But they've got 5 out of a possible 6 points already on this road trip. So, it's already a successful trip.
But I still think if you look at where they're positioned right now, I mean, every game is important.
Well, sure, but you're not going to win them all.
Right.
And if you leave with 8 points, a possible 8 points on a road trip, and you get 5, even if they get nothing tonight, it's a good trip.
Would be huge.
Win tonight is super gravy if they win tonight.
Yeah, and you look at Subban, no question they had no confidence in him. He's only had 4 starts. They're 0-4 in his 4 games that he started. But let's not forget, he had those starts, too, when they didn't have Nate Schmidt in the lineup. So now that he got him in, and he knows, as you said, Chuck, he might be on borrowed time because for me, the only reason he's here instead of Danks is because
they want Danks to have work.
Absolutely. So he needs a big effort, and I'm going to go with the under in this game because of the scheduling spot with the Knights, and I think he's going to have a good game. And you're looking at a Columbus team that doesn't score a lot of goals. They've scored 2 goals or less in 3 of their last 4 games, and I'll give you a stat on them. They're 6-13 to the under. When tonight's goalie, Bobrovsky's in net, and they play non-conference games like tonight's game is. They're 2-8 to the under this season. So combine those 2 things. I'm going to go ahead and go under 6 because I think this is a 6 solely because it's Subban in net, and I think we're going to get a better effort out of him.
Marco, you've been doing very well in the NBA, so I'll turn it over to you for these next couple of games. We'll look at and these are the 2 TV games tonight. Jazz and Rockets matching up.
Yeah, the Rockets have finally put together a 3-game winning streak, both straight up and against the spread. The only concern here is even though they've won 3 games in a row, Dave, they've allowed 53% shooting against them in the last 2 games. They got to clean that up a little bit, but we know they've never been a defensively good team. Only Phoenix and Cleveland are worse than Houston on the season defensively. Utah, though, is a bad spot for them. Their next game, Dave, is Golden State on deck. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take Houston, go with the streaking team right now. I'll lay the points tonight with them over Utah. I look for them to get a 7 or 8-point win here. I'll lay the 4.5.
And speaking of the Warriors, they're at home tonight facing the Memphis Grizzlies, and as usual, Golden State a pretty good-sized favorite.
Absolutely, and now that Curry's back, they've run off 5-1 straight up, Mark, but they're only 3-3 against the spread, and that's because guy to my left always makes you pay a price if you want the Warriors, and for good reason. He knows where the money's going to come, and that's what they're going to do. But if you look at the games that they didn't cover the spread, which happened to be the last 3 in a row, they played 3 good offensive teams that could go up and down the court with them, and and match scores, and laying the inflated number couldn't get there. That is not the case tonight with Memphis. Memphis is at the bottom of the league in scoring. The only two teams that are worse than them in scoring is Phoenix and Chicago, and that's pretty bad. So I don't see Memphis being able to trade points with them. Golden State back at home tonight. I'm going to go ahead, lay that inflated 11 tonight. I think they get there. I got them winning this one by 13-15. But good job, Chuck, on those numbers.
We've got a window open waiting.